All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of the video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the opportunities we found on the Discord. Now, we found 4 home runs this morning, and our highest ones were 40% plus and 100% plus on the day. If that's something you want to become part of and you want to know what stocks I'm watching daily, you're more than welcome to join us. The link to the Discord is down below in the description, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. Now let's talk about CLOV, and we'll jump into all of that in just a moment. So CLOV stock, Clover Health Investments, has actually been pulling downwards. Now, the same way this went up, it has fallen, but it's still up 40 to 50% before the run started, and from its lows down here at $7, it's nearly up 100%. So a lot of investors on the way down were trying to catch it, and sometimes FOMO happens, or they're catching it on the way up, and they waited too long and did not get out to make unrealized profits into realized, and now they're holding. That's how greed sometimes comes into the picture. A lot of investors don't want to agree or acknowledge the fact that there is greed, but that is something to be aware of. And profits are profits sometimes. And if you didn't catch the full run, a lot of investors want this same run to happen wherever they entered, to just go up to newer highs and new resistance levels. And it doesn't always work like that. Stocks do need to cool off before the next run, but in this case, this is not looking like a cool off anymore. This is looking like weakness, right? And excuse all the drawing and all the arrows and everything. I don't want to confuse you. But even though it looks like a lot of weakness here in this area, and excuse again that terrible drawing, this is still showing strength from here and from way down here, because it's up 40 to 50% and almost 100% from way down here. So the stock still has strength. The only thing is, in the bigger picture of things, by the timing of a lot of investors finding out or actually caring about it, they started to react mostly around here, or maybe around here towards the end of that day, or through this day. The next day it happened in the pre-market, and then it started pulling down, holding, thinking that it can just bounce back up, and then the rest of the day it just fell, and then here we are with the weakness going on. So it's so important to be aware as an investor, where is it that you're entering? And these are things I talk about in the emotional stock market series that I do over at the Patreon. But just to give you guys some insight, that's what's going on right now. But there's still strength in Clover Health from its lows. But it has broken through a lot of support levels that we were watching. And that's why this is getting weak. And we need to watch this very, very carefully. Or is this going to consolidate? So what is important for tomorrow? Well, the 50-day moving average is 1875. Super important to be aware of that. Anything below that is bearish. Anything above that is bullish. Our support level here is 1387. Anything below that can mean that the bears are gaining more control and pulling this one downwards even further away from the 50-day moving average, which could then lead to the point where we need to look at this support level down here in the 12s, 1291, 1288. And watch that very carefully to see if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are definitely dominating and pulling it down. Right now, it looks like it's trying to level off. We'll have to see if it consolidates sideways or if it's going to go into further weakness. Now, the first resistance level is up here at 1541. The bulls need to break through that, but it does not signify or guarantee that the bulls have gained control. It's just a stepping stone to let us know where the momentum is going. The next goal would be the highest point before the dip in the pre-market, and that was up here at 1863, which is nearly a little bit away, just a few cents from the 50-day moving average. So I would just round it up to the 50-day moving average, 1875, being the next resistance level that the bulls need to break through to then get back into bullish territory. If that's accomplished, they need to break away from it, and the resistance level to pull further away from the 50-day moving average and continue the momentum is 2076. By turning that into a support, they can start gaining leverage and getting deeper into bullish territory. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with the friends so they can receive the insight as well. And stay tuned. All I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I'm going to share with you guys a ticker symbol you won't want to miss that I've already talked about here on the YouTube and Patreon in the last 2 weeks. And it's already gone up 20% plus. You definitely want to do more due diligence on it and stay tuned for that, as well as the opportunities we found this morning. We hit 4 home runs of 20% plus, and our highest ones were 100% and 40%. If you're interested in knowing what stocks I watch daily, I look for opportunities every single day over at the Discord. You're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys today is one that I mentioned here on the YouTube as well as on the Patreon. And in that same week, it went ahead and gave us 5 to 10% opportunities. And since then, going till now, since May 16th when I first mentioned it, it has given us a total return opportunity of 20% plus. Now it's pulling back a little bit, sideways consolidation, and there's no better time than start watching it now before the next catalyst, or if it goes further into weakness, becoming an even bigger opportunity. We're going to talk about this stock in just a moment. We're going to look at its chart and why this is a stock you want to have on your watch list. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities we found this morning over at the Discord. And if this is something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. We look forward to having you join us. So we talked about CPI data a little bit in the morning, the 10-year treasury, how it spiked, and I was expecting it to cool off, and it certainly kind of did. And you're looking at stocks still kind of rallying and some kind of sitting sideways. But one of our first home runs that we caught early on in the morning as I was writing about this was MEDS, and it had jumped on the news that it had created a health passport app for iOS devices. That's basically saying for Apple. Anything related to Apple usually has potential or some momentum. We caught it at 510. This went up 100% plus. We're going to look at it in just a moment. We caught ANY at 247. This turned out to be a home run as well. The other one that we caught was XIN. This turned out to be a home run as well. We caught HAPP at 178. This turned out to give us 3 to 5% opportunities within its weakness and jumping back up. This was our worst performer of the day. And Z, dogs with a Z, not with an S. We caught this one at 205. So this turned out to be a home run as well. Let's look at these charts and when I mentioned them so we can see together how they reacted. This was a phenomenal day. Dogs gave us 20% plus as well. So that was a home run as well, almost 25%. And here's XIN. We caught this one at 288, pulled back a little bit towards the bell, jumped up, giving about 5 to 10%, pulled back again. And after all that volatility, took off to a highest point of 20% plus. This was a home run for the day. That was awesome. Now, the other one that turned out to be the biggest home run of the day and this week so far was MEDS on the news with the app on iOS platforms. We caught this one at 510 in the pre-market. It was not cooling off. It kind of consolidated and took off right away, giving 5 to 10% opportunities on these jumps, almost 20% on one of them, pulled back down. I mean, that volatility right there, several opportunities, even before the pre-market going into the market, pulling back again, pulling back again. I mean, just back and forth, 5 to 15%, almost 20% jumps. But after that, it took off, giving anywhere within this range 20% plus opportunities and a highest point of 100% plus. This was phenomenal, and it's still up 86% on the day as I took this screenshot in the afternoon. Now, ANY is another one that we caught, and it turned out to be a home run for the day. And we caught it at 247, pulled back a little bit, hit the 230s, took off pretty fast, giving a nice 10 to 20% plus opportunity, pulled back again, and took off to a highest point of 40% plus. This was a phenomenal day. Out of the 5 ticker symbols, even DOGZ, which gave us 20% plus, we hit 4 home runs, guys. What a great way to end the week. What a great way to go ahead and start off Thursday through all the volatility and all the uncertainty of CPI data. But if this is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. So what ticker symbol do you want to add to your watch list? Well, this is a ticker symbol I talked about back in May 16th when we first talked about CLOV as well, when it was heading towards the 7s and 6s, right? We talked about this way back then. It was really interesting to me. I had circled a support level that I was watching. Anything in the 7s and even below that was becoming more and more interesting to me, because what we do here in the Invest for Tomorrow community is catch stocks before they take off. So I did state this was speculative. I said it there, and it gave us already 10 to 30% jumps the last times we talked about it since it was going towards $7. Jumped up again, giving us a nice return of almost 300% for those that caught it at $7. Congratulations. But we started talking about this one pretty early. We talked about a firm. I showed this one on one of my last videos, and this is already up close to 10 to 20%. And the stock you want to add to your watch list is ABNB. Let's look at this chart together. And when we started talking about it, we talked about ABNB back when it was at 141. It pulled back a little bit more. I was really looking for that because it was getting closer to IPO pricing. I didn't expect it to go that low, but it did pull back, and this stock is getting close to those numbers when we caught it. But right on the day when we caught it, which was May 16th, right? It was the weekend from May 14th to the 17th. It dipped down to 130, becoming one of the best opportunities that we have seen Airbnb give us. It gave it again in the same week, and throughout that week, it gave 5 to 10% opportunities in those jumps, consolidated, and took off now to a high of 152 most recently going into June. And right now it's in a downward trend, kind of cooling off. And there's no better time than to start doing your research and due diligence on a stock than when it's going back down. You already saw its weakness. You already saw its strength as well. And you can see in the chart that the opportunity is pretty big, and that may take months or a year, but this stock has room to grow, and it's changing the way we see hospitality and the way the business is done. And this is also an entrepreneurship type of sector, because a lot of investors are going to start trying to make their own hospitality ratings and opportunities through Airbnb, which is a business as well. There's a lot of room in this stock, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold any positions of the stocks I mentioned. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on the opportunities I'm watching, why I'm watching them, and why you can start watching them as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.